let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
Lafayette draft the declaration. Then I said I gotta go. I gotta be in. Oh, hi. How's everybody doing? My name is Believes Crypto. Welcome to the Believes Crypto Show, where we do not watch a lot of Hamilton. Of course we don't. What did I miss? Oh, yeah. We're talking about crypto today. What is going on in that crazy world that we call crypto? Well, the answer to that is the bull run is getting ready to pop off. Now, how do I know that? Because I'm a genius. That's not really the reason. It's because you hit the like button. Because if you do that, then everything works out just fine. Guys, sign up at Believes Crypto today. Become a member of the channel. $4.99 a month helps you out because it helps me out. Also, just so you guys understand, if you are not a member, you're going to miss out on the alpha that I'm going to put out tomorrow morning. Now, I'm going into a conference before we get it done, but after we're done, we're going to have a big announcement and a big release that you guys are, look, don't miss out on this one. We win. We won Ripple and XRP, all of it. And by the way, we should acknowledge at least that the law of the land currently, and with this, does not change. Sales to individuals, private citizens, retail sales, as we call it, is now considered a commodity. Institutional sales are still considered security. Now, it is upon Congress to change the laws of the land, which is the way that it should be. So let's see what happens there. Back to chode status after seeing the doctor. No, back to just John Holmes status now. You know what I mean? Ha, ha, ha. Most of y'all don't even know who or what that was. So come on, Miss Jones. There's a devil in you somewhere. Anyway, so sign up for Believes Crypto today because if you don't, something bad could happen. I mean, you never know, right? You need to be involved. You need to be signed up. So sign up today. Now, the big news is the SEC and Ripple are ending their legal battles as both parties abandon their appeals, leaving the XRP ruling intact. Now, Judge Torres, July 23, District Court ruling that XRP secondary market trades aren't securities, but institutional sales are, now stands as the unappealed final judgment, which means that we are done. We've gotten what we've wanted, and the price of XRP rose 7% following the news. But wait, there's more, because guess what? It is still continuing to surge. Yesterday, we got this news, and as of right now, I think it's even higher now. Yeah, as of right now, we're up 14% on XRP. I stand by what I said. I stand by it. So we got a 14% pump on XRP for the day. Not only that, we had a nice move by Bitcoin, which didn't last. We had a nice pump. Now we're having a tiny correction on Bitcoin. And guess what? That Bitcoin dominance continuing to fall. Now, look, it is my belief that we are not done with Bitcoin at this point. I think this is kind of a fake out. This is people starting to get themselves into the positions that they needed to be into, that they were waiting for some kind of signal for. And what I mean by that is look at Ethereum. Ethereum passed 4,000 just a few minutes ago. Look at this. Ethereum is back up in that 4,000 range, surged up, but 4,100 right there at the top. Like, I think we're going to see this happen over the next couple of hours. We're going to see another surge by Ethereum. It does not mean, again, that Bitcoin is done. It doesn't mean that we've found a top for Bitcoin. We are going so much higher, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's going to happen very, very quickly. Now, Solana, to its credit, is now up, what is this, 10% over the course of a few hours? Like, you know, we didn't really see a breakout from it, but if you go back to 3 days out, we're talking about an 11% increase over the last 3 days in Solana, which means that we're starting to get that move. Again, we're testing these little tops, and now it's time to break out a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. We're not coming down for that final test. That might be a good sign. Now, again, back up one step. Bitcoin still has to surge. Hasn't surged. We're down on the day on Bitcoin, but we're up on everything else. We're starting to see those breakouts. Again, this is altcoin season getting ready. One more big surge from Bitcoin, and then altcoin season, in my opinion, is going to start, and it's going to be lightning fast. Also, there is reason to be concerned. Now that we've said all the good stuff, let's zoom out here. Let's take this for what it is, and global money supply is right there. Okay, so what did we see? We saw that dump that we were looking at not that long ago. We saw that dump happen. Well, guess what? We got potentially good news. As we start to zoom in on it, let's go to this one right here. We can see it. As we start to see this. Now, guys, what this means is there is a gigantic dump going to happen. It's already basically programmed in to the markets. 40 days from now, 50 days from now, whatever the default kind of ratio is on this. But look at this. We're starting to get that comeback. Remember, I told you I was nervous. This might be the end of it. Well, it's starting to come back up and away. And when we look at the global money supply, it doesn't change too much. But look at this, the United States money supply. The United States money supply continuing to pump up again, 0.6% on the day, which means more money coming into the markets ultimately means more money, more going into risk assets, and that should lead to a massive sort of surge. So, guys, strap in, do whatever. Hey, strap whatever you want, wherever you want. It's your world, baby. It's 2025. Do whatever you want. In the South, you just can't get married. You know what I mean? Weird that you care what other people do. It's really weird. It's really weird. Now, moving on here. Each party agreed to bear its own cost and fees according to the joint stipulation of dismissal, which was filed on Thursday. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse announced his firm's intention to drop its cross appeal, saying in June, we're closing this chapter once and for all and focusing on what's important, building the internet of value. Now, let's take this one step further. They've abandoned their appeal. A $125 million penalty is going to be paid, which has already been deducted from XRP, which means, again, they're clear. They're ready to go. The other piece to that, though, this is where I think things get interesting, is that once this is done, once the payment is made, I have a feeling that there is a back-end deal here by which XRP is going to be adopted by the Trump administration. It's going to be adopted by some organizations, and I think it's going to be a big deal. Like, I think that's going to be that integration that sends XRP to the moon, and I think we're going to get some kind of announcement for it very, very soon. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. Also, Ethereum Foundation co-director warns that the Fusaka upgrade risks slipping. Urges team to dial back the Glamsterdam talk. Co-executive director Tomas Stanchek urged teams to focus on the Fusaka update and dial back Glamsterdam, the latest core developer call point for consensus client release work running late into September, making a pre-Dev Connect mainnet window tight as test. So, airing his thoughts on Friday, Stanchek said in a post that Glamsterdam may be getting some attention. The community should be more concerned about any potential delays in Fusaka. No amount of talking about Ethereum's roadmap and vision matters if we cannot achieve coordination levels that consistently meet goals on schedule. Guys, this is the type of leadership that you've been waiting for and that you've been looking for out of Ethereum. I mean, this has been an ongoing problem. And we are now seeing a potential solution breaking out. So crazy to see that and by the way, we've been waiting for this for years. We've been waiting for leadership in the Ethereum Foundation to take over, because what have we not seen? Same thing. We haven't seen leadership. What we've seen is, to the best of their ability, getting things ready when they're ready. No deadline, no last minute. So this would be to see Ethereum get on a schedule. And here's the thing. Fusaka and Glamsterdam are the next two successive Ethereum hard forks on the post-Petra roadmap. Fusaka is scoped as an incremental, with final content still being coordinated across core teams. But again, remember how long it took for Petra. Remember how long it took for all of these upgrades that have been coming out. I mean, some of these were delayed by 6 months to a year. These are crazy amounts. So this is the development process. A lot more was made of the lack of consensus for Ethereum than in actually getting shit done for a while. So to see leadership step up, even if it's not Vitalik, is awesome. To see people out there saying, listen, we got to get it together, we got to make stuff happen, that is a sign that the Ethereum blockchain and the Ethereum Foundation are about to level up. It doesn't mean that it's the case. It doesn't mean that it will happen. They could screw it all up at a moment's notice, but at least here we are watching exactly what we need to see, guys. So Ethereum staking is coming any day now. We're going to hear that very, very soon. We're going to get, within 2 months, an XRP ETF, a Solana ETF, but they'll come with staking. So that being said, the future of Ethereum, not because of those ETFs, but because the staking will be an inclusive matter there, and Ethereum will also have it, and because Ethereum is still considered the silver to Bitcoin's gold, it's all lining up, guys. The bull run is about to explode. We are almost there, finally. Now, let's talk price action for the day, because there's a lot of movement right now. Pendle, 22%. As you guys might know, I bought some Pendle a while back, and oh man, Pendle has been a good mover. I bought my Pendle close to $3. So I am feeling just great about what's happening with Pendle right now. For those of you that don't know what Pendle is an institutional borrowing and lending platform where you can borrow against your crypto and have cash immediately available to you. And you can also be a provider and earn yield in that fashion as well. A couple of days ago, look, this is the breakout that you've had on Pendle in the last 2 days. This is an incredible move. Like, you rarely get to see moves like this. 36% over 2 days. These are the kind of moves that we're looking for. What the question would be is, will there be a continuation? And if there is a continuation, how much upside are we potentially looking at? Well, it would be my estimation that the top of this move is still going to be, right in this little range right here. We might get a surge above it. We might get a little move up into the $7 range. But, I think a cut 50% more, 60% more, and this might be the time to cut the profit and take it, which I intend to do. I've got a sell order set at the top of this range right here at 675. That is a little higher, I think, than where we're going to hit. I think this plays out for a couple days here, and it comes around just under 675, but just in case there's a surge, I set it for 675. I'm going to feel like an asshole if I'm wrong and it's actually 660, 665, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get as much as I can out of this move. And then, by the way, full disclosure, I'm going to be looking at this move right here, and I'm going to be looking at this sort of upward trend right there. I'm going to be looking for this specifically. I'm going to be looking for a break to the upside. Then I'm going to be looking for a break back down right into this. I'm a little bit aggressive here because I think that this right here is where you're going to get your bounce. So anywhere at around $5. So what we're going to do is run it up, and then we're going to come back down, and we're going to try to buy again at $5 for the next move, which should be that breakout move. And that's that exit velocity. That's that escape move. So I do think that that's what's getting ready to happen with Pendle. Also, just for full disclosure here, I don't think Pendle has a gigantic road, okay? But I think it's got some nice gains. It would be nothing for me to say that I think Pendle is worth 10 billion in market cap. If it is the lending protocol, if it's a major lending protocol for institution, then I would think a $10 billion valuation based on the market and based on cryptocurrency seems pretty fair. And there's a pretty good distribution of Pendle asset around. And, it's been around long enough that people now have at least a bit of comfort in this organization and what they're doing. We're about to approach that all-time high. That all-time high was $6.73. And I think it's about to go so much higher. So might be a really, really nice opportunity here for you. Again, don't do what I'm saying, not what I'm saying right now. I would wait if you're already, I don't know that it's going to go up this high, right? But I do know that $5 be a perfect accumulation point. So, give yourself a shot on Pendle if you haven't already. Again, once that profit is done, I'm going to take it and then we're going to move to something else. I don't know what it'll be yet, but I think we get an easy 10x off of that. Maybe long run, we want to accumulate as much as we can. So that's going to be the move right there. Devi is at 54.54 right now, finally having some upside movement. But let's face it, it's going to take a few more days. We got Roger in the house with a $5 bomb. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. Guys, if you want to talk about crypto, that's how you do it. Super chat. So my estimation of Devi is that we're going to move to the top of the range. The top of the range comes in right in between this little area right here. I think we get that big test right there, that big breakout up to 70 to 75 cents, and then maybe back down. Now, what I would like to see and where we would get confidence would be a move up there and then a move back here to 60 cents as a test. What we want to see is we want to see these clear moves to the upside of this channel, because we're clearly moving in a bullish pattern finally. You know what I mean? So, and also, it does not look like, again, $3. We've got about 2 weeks left for Devi to get to $3. So if Devi gets to $3, oh, by the way, what I thought I would do is, if you've seen the new Devi logo, I think I'm going to go with this logo. I don't know if I'm going to use the D, the Devi, the Dev Exchange, that Supermanish sort of logo. Maybe I will, but I might use this one instead. You know what I mean? Are you getting your Dev E tattoo next to your Joe Biden tramp stamp? You know what? Hey, your mom drew it, so why not? So I think I'm going to do this one, or turn that Devi logo into like a Superman logo, and then just put it like right there. You know what I mean? Don't know. So we'll see what happens there. Now, again, Arrow's up 16.8%. Mantle. Oh my God, I said Mint. Mantle is up 12.3%. Link up 10% on the day. And by the way, this is what you want to see. You want to see Link starting to break out, because that is your bridge right there to RWA, right? Well, if that is the bridge to RWA, then you want to see the same thing happening with Devi, and you are seeing it today. You know what? CryptoPunk would actually be kind of cool. I don't know that I have a place for it, but damn, now you got me thinking. Crypto punk rock karaoke or something like that would actually be a fun thing for us to have. There was another thing that I was thinking of. API 3 not moving. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see API moving along with this, and we're not seeing it. So Zora's up 22%. Snek is up 14%, giving us some hope for meme coins. Veracity is up 20% on the day. Guys, if you like, it is my opinion, okay? It is my opinion on Veracity, just for clarity here, that I think music, I think that NFTs, I think all those different things that Veracity kind of, that's the ecosystem that it sort of represents right there. I think they're going to have breakouts. So very interesting to see Veracity having a big move today. Mix Financial up 13%. Again, EVA 12.9%. Solo, I love you, Solo, 6.8%. Omni down 7%. EHEX down 6.5%. I'm not big on that place. The Hex ecosystem. Doesn't mean, hey, you can be by all means. I'm not. Tag is up 18.6%. VVV, the White Foundation, is up 9% on the day. Yala 92%, Siren 26%, Magic 22%, Tycho 14.8%, Edge up 30%, ASR up 54%, DevE, there you go, up 10%, back in that 500 to 600 window. Now it's time to see DevE make that sprint up into a top 500 asset. That would be a phenomenal move right there. Hopefully we will finish that one out. And then let's close this out with Boss Token up 85%, House up 43%. These are the moves that we were looking for. These are the moves that we need to start seeing. Okay. Can useful coin take off like useless did? Also thoughts on Hex. I'm not a fan of Hex. However, and there's a reason that I'm not a fan of Hex. Just so you guys understand, like there's nothing wrong in my mind fundamentally with the Hex ecosystem or the Hex project. The problem is there's already, like, Hex made sense. Pulse Chain made total sense when everything was slow on Ethereum and it took forever for stuff to happen. But now we're in a situation in which there are a multitude of existing blockchains, layer twos on the Ethereum network or Ethereum itself that are settling incredibly fast. So the thrill of Pulse Chain has gone by the wayside. So but here's the thing. I would expect Richard Hart maybe to come up with some sort of advanced sort of thing to lean into a specific field. It's just a question of what field it's going to be. Again, this is just my opinion, but I think that there's some opportunity there. Now, as far as useful goes, remember, the narrative is always the narrative. And what could, if useless pumps like it did, and I don't know where it is today, but it was up tremendously over the last little while. I think it's top 300 at this point, or somewhere near top 300. I don't see useless. All right, so use 224. So it's up 224. Yeah. So in the top 2 to 300. All right. So there's always a pairing, right? When we look at the charts, there was Dogecoin. Then there came Shibcoin. Doge was number 1, but Shib was an aggressive number 2. All right. Then you have also you had PopCat, and then you've had like multiple different cat themed meme tokens that have popped off in addition to that. Then you have Bonk. Again, once you find a narrative and you can lean into that narrative, you might get something fantastic. In fact, going back over to the bubbles here, let's go to Pepe. Pepe meme coin. Look at that right there. Pepe coin, another Pepe coin, and then Pepe fork are all in the top 800. So if you get in early, you never know when you're going to get like the crazy move here. Again, here's Pepe coin, Pepe coin again. Let's see what we have with cat. We got PopCat, we got Cat in a Dog's World, we've got Simon's Cat. So there's always a narrative, and if you can catch the back end of that narrative, you're not going to be number 1. Useless will be number 1, but useful has that also potential. Now, let's get into the scam portion of it, because that's what matters even more to consider here. To have that thing launch successfully, you need to see some movement. You need to see them putting the effort into, because this is not one of those situations in which just because you launch something, it's going to pump. We're not at that phase yet. If you want to get into that banana zone with useful, then what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get a market maker. You're going to look at the company that's behind it, or if not a company, the developers that are behind it, that they're creating good narrative, they're building the community, they're working the community the right way. Look, when you see a community die, that's it. Unless you go out there and find a way to increase your community and get more people talking about your project, then you're going to end up on the downside of it. As an example, guys, Floki stays in the narrative. Okay. Doge stays in the narrative. Shib stays in the narrative. PopCat is staying in the narrative. Trump meme coin is staying in the narrative. You've got to have that narrative. You've got to have it. So if you don't have that, you don't have an attractive logo, then you're going to be out. And by the way, it doesn't have to be a cute narrative. It doesn't have to be a pretty logo design, anything like that. I mean, look at these. Some of these are stupid. However, they're stupid to me because, like you all said, I'm a punk rock kid. I don't, like all this stuff looks dumb to me. The only one that looks actually, for me, kind of cool because it's been that way for a long time, SHIB and Bitcoin. I like the look of Polkadot. I like the look of Link, even like the look of Avalanche. But a lot of these look like shit to me. Render, yeah, I like that. Pepe is dog shit. It's a horrible thing. Curve DAO, can't stand it. It looks ugly. Pengu, not a fan of the Pengu logo. IOTA, nope. Arbitrum, not really. Stacks is okay. But again, I mean, it's my aesthetic that I like. So, you got to have all these things happening right here. Bleaves and Richard Hart love to throw them hands in the air and shake their dairy airs like we just don't care. I want to see Bleaves arm wrestle Richard Hart. Well, first of all, Richard Hart would have to grow an arm in order to do that because he's walking into the gun show and he's not prepared for the cannon. You know what I mean? And not the one that takes pictures. I mean the cannon that blows shit up. You hear me, Richard Hart? Woo! Actually, he might win. Who the hell knows? I arm wrestled when I was a kid. I was a fucking kid. And I leg wrestled. And I was like my, what do you call it? What's the champion at your school called? Oh yeah. Game-o. I was the game-o at my school for leg wrestling because nobody could beat me at leg wrestling. So, you know what I mean? Like just there's weird shit. Yeah, I said leg wrestling. Get at me. Whatever, bro. I'm not gay, you're gay. Anyway, so let's keep going. The fear and greed index is already popping back off because the market is just absolutely soaring right now. Back to 74. We're not going to get that opportunity like I hoped for or like I thought we might get to do anything good. So whatever. Supply coming down a little bit more. Good sign to see. Meme coins. Let's look at meme coins. A lot of red, a lot of green in the market right now. We got Sol. We Sol up 29%. We've got Devi up 12%. MK up 7%. O'Hare up 5%. Again, these are not breakouts, by the way. We're not breaking out on anything here. Fiat down 4%. That looks like money just moving back and forth, by the way, doesn't it? API 3 up 5%, Rocky up 5%, CC up 3%, CCR rewards up 3%. Again, just down the line here, just your basic sort of increases. Mantra up 1%. Mantra had that nice little run. Now we're looking to see if, and by the way, look at this area. This is the area that I told you guys is going to be your little breakout zone, right? We break above this, then we're doing pretty good. Like that's your previous resistance area. And I keep giving this one to you. That's your spot. And, if we break out above that, then it's going to be a nice little run, in my opinion. I don't know. But so we're like right in this little range right here. There's a little range up here. We break through that one more time, get a nice little surge one more time. And then we're talking about coming up right to this little edge right there, 60 cents. All right. So let's just say that our next target goal right now is going to be right there at around 60 cents. Actually about 58, but you get what I'm saying. It's going to be right there. So 59 cents is going to be the next move for OM. I think we're going to get a crazy sort of breakout right there. Don't know what that looks like. Also, by the way, I had over $500,000 in trade volume yesterday on Weeks. So thank you guys so much for that. Pretty awesome to see, especially when you're winning. When I see all those wins that you're getting, that is amazing. The rest of the market just kind of moving around. We're going to talk about Definity in just a second here. Definity consolidating, I think, for that next big run. What I'm looking at is that spot right here where we're creating that higher lows every single time. That's upward trajectory, that's upward momentum, and that leads to, we got this move right here, by the way. And this, I'm going to show you, this is going to look like Devi, by the way. We had this nice little, kind of pre-sale sort of move here where you found your bottom and then boom, you broke out 8 cents. And that went into November 2023. Then you've had some little surges every now and again. but you were generally in a down trend, and you were in a down trend. Well, let's go look at it for right now, and let's change that, because like right here, we had this move right here, and that led to this big surge right there. Well, that's what it looks like is happening again. So that would mean to me that there's probably a big surge to at least 6 cents coming. And then we're going to find out whether this right here has been broken through in these couple of times before, and you get a little surge going ahead for that. Definity, by the way, that is your place to trade Forex meme coins. And by the way, for those of you that haven't been paying attention, there is a gigantic conversation being had in the Luna Classic ecosystem right now. Let's hit reset right there, and let's pop this up. Terra has been talking about it and bringing it up as a potential thing, a 1 cent peg for USTC, and that would allow for the bringing in of Forex trading for the Terra Luna Classic ecosystem. There's also some upgrades that are happening over the next bunch of days. But I mean, remember, that's how you traded money over on the old chain. Like, that's what it was all about. So there's a credible opportunity here. If the Luna Classic, there's no developers other than the people who are working on it. But you get my point. Like, if we could just come up with some leadership and some potential there, then you never know what's going to happen. We hope something good. And then boom, 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 boom. Devi. Again, we talked about Devi having a nice little pump. But the most important part is next week you're going to have that Q&A with Tom and Austin. Again, look, Days of Old says, so I hear Ben Armstrong still is not taking responsibility for his action and pretending he is insane. I don't know that he's pretending. I don't know exactly what's happening. But I do know this. I do know that he's not in a great space, that he's in an institution. And I don't think, look, I don't know why you would think that Ben is just kind of staying in an institution for no reason, or for, I don't, like, I get why people are upset. I understand why people are upset with him. But I mean, at the end of the day, we watched the meltdown of a grown man, real time, playing itself out over and over and over and over and over again. So I don't know. Does Ben have a bad drug problem? No. I mean, I don't care. Here we have, look, Ben smokes weed. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're telling me that the world is going to end because somebody is getting funk dubious, or whatever bullshit word whatever funny, hilarious thing you say about weed, that's exactly what I just said. So start laughing, asshole. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think that, Ben, look, I'm going to tell you guys what I think here. Okay. Yes, he is in a mental hospital. And I don't know what you're saying with he's not taking responsibility for his actions. I don't know that portion. Here's what I do know. Okay. At one point, Ben said he had $60 million. The news says he had $44 million. Now, today, I mean, let's take a lap here and look at, I mean, I know what I make, and so BitBoy Crypto, 146,000 subscribers. There's a few videos here with 74,000. There's a few with 100,000, but here's 7,000 views. When you look at some of the live streams, 5, 6, 7, 8, like, it just kept going down, 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 because Ben had stopped providing you with value, and he started providing you with, airing out his dirty laundry and stuff like that. Okay. Though, that was kind of the shitty part. Now, last bunch of videos, you can see right here. 3,700, 4,000, 2.3, 2.7, 1.5. You started to see this decline, precipitous decline. And, guys, all I can say is this. There are you know what? Let me just do it as a comparison. This way you can see it. Discover Crypto, the place that he came from, has 10 times the amount of subscribers, but it doesn't have 10 times the amount of views. Okay. By the way, that leads me to believe that, and just so you guys understand, I don't like fake views because I don't like fake viewers because it doesn't help me. Like, I want to grow my channel to the point that everybody who watches me or follows me engages with me and enjoys what I do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want 10 times as many of you guys. I want 10 times as many of you guys, but I want it to be the active people like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want. I don't want a bunch of fake people just so I can get more money from a meme coin in order to pump their chart. If you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. What I like doing is something incredibly different. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, 4 days ago, they got 2.5K views. Okay. So nobody's paying attention to Discover Crypto either. They can't financially survive at this level. Again, 1.4 million subscribers, but they are not getting any engagement. Neither is Ben. There's plenty of different people who are kind of struggling with that. Okay. Altcoin Daily. If we look at Altcoin Daily, they're better. Like, they've been consistent. They have a formula that works. So they're getting 31,000, 51,000, 50,000. So they're getting about 5 to 6 times as much engagement. Not as much in their shorts, but still decent engagement in the shorts. But, again, when you look at it this way, like, everybody is struggling for attention in this attention economy. And we have a legend in house. We've got Crypto Princess here. If you guys have not, go sign up for Crypto Princess. Follow her. Certainly go watch. She has one of she interviewed me. So, I mean, guys, lucky you. You know what I mean? Come on. So anyway, give her a follow if you would, please. So anyway, Ben is just kind of lost for right now. You know what I mean? Just, he'll be found. Here's what's going to happen. Ben's going to find Jesus. Then Ben is going to lean into his fan base, which is largely Christian, which is largely Southern. And that's going to be the best thing for him. Whether he's a true believer or not, I don't know. I don't care. What I care about is for him to find his way back to us, because crypto is better with BitBoy than without BitBoy. The end. I mean, that's the part that should matter the most. Crypto is better with Ben Armstrong here than without him. So hopefully we'll see him come back in. Okay. And yes, this is part of a court ordered thing. So, as he goes through it, he did. There's one more charge I think that he's facing, but after this, he already served his time. Now he's in the institution. Basically what people are sharing out here is stuff that we are not supposed to be sharing. Everything that I just got right there was what was going through a rumor mill, and I know a lot more than I tell you guys about what's going on. Ben's going to be fine. Ben's going to be fine. Ben's going to find Jesus. Ben's going to redeem himself in the eyes of everybody in crypto. It will happen. Some of you are jaded, and look, you're going to be mad. You know what I mean? You're going to be mad about it. But when he accepts that that company is done and that he's not getting it back, and when he understands that all he has to do is put his head down, give people what they want, which is BitBoy, Ben Armstrong, talking about crypto, not about his slights. Once he gets it, once he understands it, then guess what? His channel is going to blow up. He's the one that's going to have 1 million subscribers, and they're going to be trying to figure out what went wrong. I mean, that's what should have been done. Look, full disclosure, that's what I said a long time ago. He didn't listen to me. He had to figure out his slights and do whatever it is that he had to do. But that's the reality. The reality is he will figure that out too himself. He's a smart guy. So the crypto market is getting a little bit wonky right now. Dow Jones is continuing to surge, but crypto's coming down one more time. But most of it is coming from Bitcoin. Ethereum still pumping. Solana still up on the day. You know, we got a lot of good movement, positive movement. Let's keep moving on here. Total volume on DeFi right now. Still Ethereum dominating, still Solana dominating. BSC finally exactly where, you know, I guess they can't spend that much money to manipulate the charts. I don't know. Zero bull market indicators have been hit, continue to hold. There's nothing telling us that it's time to sell. The spot Bitcoin ETF had inflows of $277 million yesterday. The Ethereum ETF, look at this one. $222 million coming back up to 9.39 billion. We're about to hit that 10 billion number. I think we will next week or the week after. And by the way, it could get crazy. We could see like $500 million in inflows on the Ethereum ETF over the next couple of days. All we need is that staking word. One time and boom, it is going to go absolutely crazy. Now, again, with the 24-hour, and we want to talk about the top 100. Look at the top 100 right here. Guess what? We're all absolutely cooked. And look how well Pendle came off of that middle right there. This is the RSI, by the way. So you've got Zora had a really nice run, but everything in the top had a really nice run. Also, I'm hearing good things about Arrow. I don't know enough about it, but I'm hearing good things about Arrow, that it might have some real legs to it. And I don't know if that's true or not. Here's the problem for me, okay? Problem is there's Pendle, there's Arrow, there's all these different financial institutions that are out there, and they all have the same thing, about an 800 million market cap. So until they get to a 10 billion market cap or 5 billion market cap, you know what I mean? Then, and by the way, 5 billion market cap, which I think is a fair estimate for any major lending institution in crypto. 5 billion market cap seems pretty fair. It's about a 7x away or a 6x away for most of these. So that's not a gigantic gain. It's a matter of can we get up to 20 billion market cap. You know, if we get to 20 billion market cap, then you consider all these ones that are sitting around 800 million that are in this sort of range here, 500-600 million. You're talking about 30. You're talking about 15x now. You're talking about 20x maybe. So there's some opportunity, but it's limited. So it's a limited amount of opportunity, and I don't know that every one of them is going to make it. So I don't know for sure what's going on with Arrow. We might add this to the list over the next couple of days. But in the meantime, the one that we are is Definity. Definity, guys, is your Forex trading platform, continuing to expand, continuing to find new use cases, near instant settlement up to $100 million, a pragmatic approach to authentication, 11 decades of financial market knowledge, 1 trillion plus USD complete fiat transactions, 11 plus digital assets and stable coins. By the way, there's the list right here. Now, look, I don't know exactly which one is which, but I know the first one is the Arab Emirates dollar. So I mean, that's Saudi bucks, I guess. Canada, Great Britain pound, Japanese yen, New Zealand, Qatar, I think, Thailand, US dollar, Zamibia, Zaire, maybe, I don't know. This one looks like it's Taiwan. This one is Romanian. We're going to skip a few of those. Australian, CHF, it's a plus. That's Switzerland, right? Guyana, right there. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oman, right there. There are a lot of different Israeli. There's Israeli. There's Sweden there. I don't know what all of them are. Okay, or Switzerland. Sweden there. Switzerland, I think is that one right there. I don't know, crosses and shit. You know who you are. You know who you are, people. Good. Northeastern region European people. You know. Fucking albinos like me. Make sure you get some CoinChicks coin. If you haven't already, you're probably making a gigantic mistake, but there is an opportunity right now for you to get in before there really is a parabolic move. And folks, when I tell you parabolic move, I am telling you that it is my estimation that I'm giving you a very low, reasonable idea of where it goes. Okay. Very, very simple. Very simple. 10 million market cap. Also, Buddy, probably 10 million market cap. When you look around this ecosystem, you like what you see, ladies. You like everything that you see in the CC ecosystem. They're giving you Solana rewards. They're giving you CC coin rewards. All you have to do is hold and earn. And it's only a matter of time before, again, myself, as I get more people watching me, more people will buy CC coin. As CC puts more articles out, does more in crypto, guess what? Same thing as other people. Lena, Annabelle, I think Daisy's in there. So there's a lot of different women that have large followings that at some point people are going to be looking like, where can I put my money? Where can I put it in, Daddy? They're going to be asking, where can they put their money? And guess what? This is going to be one of the places. So I think it's worth 10 million market cap for almost everything in this ecosystem. Now, I do think that CC Cash probably no more than 1 million or 2 million. And you know, maybe CC rewards also, because I think they synergistically rely on Bud2 and CC coin and blockchain beauties for kind of their space. So I don't know that they go beyond 1 million, but the rest of them, 10 million market cap. Blockchain beauties, 10 million market cap. CC coin, 10 million market cap. And by the way, we look at this. This is, I mean, what is that? 100x on each one of them? 1.7 million. 60x, at least a 60x on each one of those. Like, God damn, let's go. You know what I mean? All right. So there you have it. That's the show. So thank you so much for tuning in. To everybody who contributed, thank you so much we got Roger who made a contribution. I DM you the Telegram for Alpha Call tomorrow. Looks interesting. Okay. So guys, if you are not a member of the channel, Roger, I'm going to get a contract address early tomorrow morning that I'm going to share with you in the private chats. $5 a month. If you sign up today, then you get in, and guess what? You might just get yourself a few bucks. And if I'm not worth $5 for that alpha, then no problem. I mean, live your poor life. Live your broke ass life. Live your whatever bad thing that we could say about it. That's exactly what I'm going to say. So anyway, it's $4.99 a month. Sign up today, and tomorrow morning you might get yourself a runner. And by the way, I think when this runner comes out, when you get that runner, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, and I think you're going to make some serious gains if we all get in on it together. So, but that's just conversation for right now. Have a good weekend. It's not financial advice. I'm always right. If you don't support the Trump administration, fine, but you really should right now, because all the things that you've wanted to happen in crypto are starting to happen, and it is because of their efforts to normalize cryptocurrency in the world. So I've made it known. I'm not a fan of the guy, but I recognize when he is to my benefit. And right now, the Trump administration is doing everything they can to bring crypto adoption to the mainstream. Not only that, remember, yesterday, Donald Trump signed an executive order saying that retirees, IRAs, all of those old people accounts can now get into cryptocurrency. Folks, the floodgates are about to open, and you're about to see something absolutely wild. All right. We'll talk to you guys again on Monday. I got some content coming out, but it's going to be shorts over the weekend. So we'll talk.
I'm looking for the good life, sitting on top of the world. I wanna